Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Listen, I'm fresh up. I have not been out the bed yet. Please excuse the snoring in the background, okay? The time now is 7:48 a.m. I've checked social medias, emails partially. It's a lot going on. It's a hell of a lot going on, y'all. But I got a lot of comments in reference to the video that I did last night about Diddy, about his house or his houses being raided by federal agents, him attempting to flee the country, and just all type of stuff, right? So I made a Facebook post this morning, and I said in that post that they need to raid TD Jake's house next. Facts. I said what I said, and I meant what I said. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a long time, y'all know that I've got a lot of videos on TD Jakes exposing him and his affiliation with Freemasonry, his affiliation with P. Diddy and these freak parties that he's attended. Um, just him and a lot of very suspicious activity. For him to be this, you know, pastor, preacher person on this high ass pedestal, okay? Now, I've been sitting here and I've been thinking, because I know maybe about 5 years ago, maybe four, somewhere, maybe 4 years ago, I did a video regarding TD Jake's daughter, Cora Jakes, aka Cora Coleman. I think that's her husband's last name, okay? TD Jake's daughter was involved in this scandal where she um basically took this woman's child away from her, like legally through the court system, took this woman's child away from her. Okay. And it was this big ass scandal. Like she set her up. It was crazy. It was crazy. We're going to go over it briefly. But the fact of the matter is, P. Diddy's house being raided for alleged sex trafficking allegations. I'm pretty sure that TD Jake's name has to come up because not only did TD Jake's daughter take this woman's child from her, TD Jake's daughter's husband, okay, have been to prison for child abuse in a sexual manner. The shit is fucking crazy. I've covered this, okay? And I'm just sitting here thinking like, yo, his name gotta come up. Like, this shit crazy. It's so much going on in Hollywood, and they need to really get like put their foot down. If they gonna put their foot down, just throw the whole goddamn Hollywood away, bro. At this point, throw the whole Hollywood away. TD Jakes never spoke on a situation when that whole thing went down with TD Jakes' daughter. He never spoke on the situation. And I remember this woman saying that it's impossible to beat people with money. It's impossible to beat people with money. She said that at the time she was homeless. She had just gotten out of a 4 to 5 year very abusive relationship. So she was down bad physically, spiritually, mentally, financially, like in every way possible. And TD Jake's daughter and her ministry was supposed to have a ministry to help women. And the way they did this woman is not only sick, but it's demonic. For them to be representatives of the Lord Jesus Christ. Like, what Jesus Christ are they representing? Can't be the same one that's in the Bible. Can't be the same one. Cannot be the same one because they up here stealing people's children. They up here going to freaknik parties. TD Jakes up here dancing with very flamboyant ass police officers and security guards and shit. His ass on stage twerking. He's sending messages to other young men at 2 a.m. in the morning with a tight ass spandex shirt on, talking about I miss you. And he listen. There is no way that they are representatives of any Jesus Christ that I know, because the one I know, he don't take too kind to this type of activity. The Jesus Christ that I know, the Jesus Christ that I know, okay, is not for none of this bullshit. TD Jakes is not who y'all think he is. TD Jakes did not. So the fact of the matter is, when it comes to this trafficking, okay, when it comes to trafficking, we need to make noise about TD Jake's daughter stealing this woman's child. Y'all check this video out. Did y'all forget? Let's bring it back up.
I was homeless. I was leaving a 4 or 5 year relationship. I had 3 kids already, and I was pregnant with my 4th born, Jason. When we got reacquainted, she told me that she'll be there to help me. You know, she told me that she was only there to help me. After I had Jason, it was just like, I was just set up from the beginning. She was not there to help me. She was actually there to take my child. And she did everything that she could to get what she wanted, her and her husband. From constantly telling me that I didn't have my son for myself, to backing me in a corner in her office at her home when they stayed in Grand Prairie, her and her husband Brandon, and telling me that if I did not give my son to them, that they would take him from me. Making me feel like I was inadequate to take care of one child, although I already had 3 kids. Making it seem like she was there to help me, but the whole time she was planning and conniving to take my son Jason. After I had my son Jason, because while I was pregnant with Jason, I was depressed. Mentally, physically, spiritually, I was fucking depressed. You understand what I'm saying? So when I had Jason, I went into postpartum depression. I never dealt with that in my whole entire life or having children. I never dealt with postpartum depression. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to deal with it. I just know that I was dealing with it. You know, and she took that and she prayed on my vulnerability to the point where she had me in front of a fucking MacBook recording and asking me questions, talking about it was counseling, but it wasn't counseling, because later on down the line, a few years later, she would then use that evidence against me in court when I went to fight for my son. Okay? She used that shit against me, okay? What was supposed to be for healing, what was supposed to be for ministry, what was supposed to be for all of that, she used it against me in court to take my son, okay? Now, I don't know many mothers that's dealt with postpartum depression, but that shit is fucking real, okay? It causes you to be detached from your child. It causes you to feel like, you know, maybe you don't love your child. And when you fighting against people with money, and I'm talking about real money, that shit is hard as fuck. I represented myself in trial by myself, and I had to sit up there and come to the agreement because I didn't know how to fight no more. They paid my lawyer off. They paid the judge off. They didn't even want to submit their income documents, her health documents, nothing, to the point where they had even their little minions around them doing the work for them. You know what I'm saying? That girl, for a whole year straight after I had my baby, did whatever she could to put it in my head that my baby was not for me, to the point where she brought down a so-called prophet by the name of Gaylena, okay? And they performed this whole little, I call it an exorcist now. Had me laying on the floor, speaking in tongues over me, pouring oil over me. Then she comes up with this elaborate story talking about I didn't have Jason for myself, that I had Jason for Cora and Brandon Coleman, and how she could see Brandon sitting on some type of throne. And it was my son that was sitting on his lap, and he was just laughing and playing. To the point where Cora told me after I had my son Liam that God gave me Liam so that Jason's real brother could come. Who the fuck is Jason's real brother? Cause bitch, it sure ain't no child coming from you because you can't have kids. She can't have kids. You understand what I'm saying? The bitch can't have kids. I'm not the first person that she tried this with, but I'm the only person that she got this fucking for with. And I'm tired of being quiet. To the point now, from 2018 to now, Brittany Coleman was locked up on May 4th for the adopted daughter of Mari. And it wasn't just a one-time offense. It was continuous.
And share this video. I want you to share this video with the world.